Hey Capricorn, this is Alicia with Twisted Tarot, here to do your January 2019 Twin Flame Tarot reading, your energy. Excuse me. Happy birthday, you guys. I love Capricorns. Listen, I've got two of my best friends that are Capricorns. My stepmom's a Capricorn. I know quite a few Capricorns, and I like you guys. I love your energy. We go on adventures together. You're always up for everything. So happy birthday to you guys. I hope this reading is at like an early, or well, I guess a early / whatever date you are in January, birthday present for you guys. So I'm so happy to have you on my channel, y'all. Thank you so much for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your comments. You guys are massively amazing. I obviously couldn't do this without you, so thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, just know that I'm an intuitive reader. So what that means is if you see a tarot card and I say something different than how you understand the tarot, keep in mind that every tarot reader is different and they learn tarot differently. And also, I'm picking up intuitive messages. And so I'm going to be shouting those out. I'm going to be expressing those, and they may have nothing to do with the traditional tarot. So I try to incorporate both, but keep that in mind. If I see it that way, I'm going to express it that way. Or if I feel it that way. And if Spirit tells me something different. All right. It is a general reading. So if it doesn't resonate, check out your moon, your rising, and your Venus. There is a great birth chart that you can access at cafeastrology.com. And if you need help with that, just let me know. There, you can do compatibilities on there, so you can do your birth chart. You can see how compatible you are with someone else and do their birth chart. You don't have to have the time of your birth on there. So that is a really great link to use if you're not sure what your planets, what signs your planets fall in. So that's also amazing. So I would try that just in case. If it does or doesn't resonate, you can always book me. The link is in the description box below. You can always book me for a private reading. That will take you to Facebook. If you don't use Facebook, you can always email me at twistedtarot@gmail.com and I will give you my rates there. So yeah, take it as it resonates. Leave the rest. The roles can be reversed. So if that's the way it comes out and you're like, no, that's my twin and not me, then that's fine. That's definitely okay. The first video is your energy and this video is your twin's energy. I break them up into two videos because they are pretty long. And I kind of figure sometimes you know where you're at. Maybe you don't want to know what that is, but you know, you can pick and choose what videos you want to, look at. So all right, so let's see. If you saw the first video, you know that the twin, your twin sign that you could be dealing with, we have Leo. We have Gemini. All right. And we also had heavy Virgo in energy. As I was kind of shuffling the cards on video, Virgo flipped over, which I wasn't actually taking the cards yet. I was just shuffling the cards in front of y'all for the astrological signs. And a lot of the cards that came out here were also in the Virgo reading, especially with your fortune card at the end. So I would definitely check that Virgo reading out. Let's see, who else did we have? We also had Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius come out in the reading as well, and Libra. So keep that in mind. What else? Okay, let's get into your reading. Okay, so the first card that came out, this was the mutual energy between you and your twin. It is the Ten of Wands reversed. And so what I was feeling for this is that one or both of you is ready to drop this burden. And it possibly is this connection between the two of you. Like you're ready to either drop this burden and start anew for some of you, which is now what I'm kind of possibly getting from this card with your twin. But for a lot of you, and especially on this side, I do believe that you're wanting to walk away from this connection. You're wanting to drop the burden, move on, and move forward with your life. And we had that clarified by the Fool reversed. So that tells me for sure that not wanting to take a risk. One or both of you is not wanting to take a risk on this connection, is not wanting to hold up this burden anymore of this twin flame journey. They're just not wanting to be fool. And maybe they're like, you know what, this is foolish. This is childish. Or one or both of you feel that way about your twin, like, nah, this isn't worth it. Or you're being a fool, you're acting a fool, And I'm not going to entertain that for some of you. And we saw some of that energy here on this side with your energies. So Capricorn, yeah, that's definitely there. And the devil, we had come out for your fortune card. So I'm sorry I just gave that away. I normally do it at the end, but I have to say that you really came out strong in this reading, Capricorn. So they're telling me, sorry guys, I don't know where it ended, but so I was just noticing this card in your reading for your mutual energy, and I normally do it at the end, but I had to shout it out, Capricorn, because you are considered to be the sign with that's associated with the devil card. So you guys have devil. Take care immediately to avoid temptation and deceit. So yeah, very, very interesting energy. So it feels like there's possibly some bad things around you, and maybe some things that are not so good for you, and people that might be lying to you. And so it's telling you to take care and avoid that type of energy. All right, excuse me. Whew, goodness. Okay. All right, first card we have for your twin side is rejection. Ooh, yikes. Well, that would make a lot of sense here. So Capricorn, if you have rejected your twin, they're feeling that. They are just like sad, crying, upset, angry for some of them. Just like there's also this spider web here that's like holding her. It's still like connecting her to this person. So they still feel the connection, and they're just like, really, like, why have you rejected me? Like, they don't get it. And maybe they're pissed off, and that's maybe why those messages are being sent on your side, to tell you, like, why are you rejecting me? Like, and yeah, I do feel that energy very strongly here. For some of you, it could be the opposite. It could be that you are rejecting the connection as well, but that it still hurts, that you're rejecting your twin. So there's definitely some energy of that here. Next card is happiness. Immense delight can be found in the smallest of things. Cultivate fluttering moments of joy. Beautiful. Okay, so some of you maybe have like a spirit bird that is a hummingbird here. But really what it's saying is that even in this rejection, that you can find your happiness, even within this energy. Even if somebody's rejected you, it may be for your highest good. It may be for the best. So it may bring you happiness eventually, but maybe you're stuck in this sad energy. Of course, with rejection, nobody normally takes that and goes, yay, like it's sad. It's disappointing. You're disappointed. And it hurts, but this is telling you that there's happiness around the corner, and that there was a reason for it. Next card we have is book and knowledge. Yeah, so they want you to look. They want you to look further into maybe what makes you happy. So doing some research about maybe twin flames, about the connection. Could be not totally unrelated. It could just be metaphysical. Could be about different psychology, but it doesn't have to be all those things. But Spirit is kind of saying, like, instead of dwelling in this rejection, find your happiness by sitting down, reading a book, or doing research. If you're in school, it may be that you want to go back to school. For some of them, you'll find your happiness there. You'll find your happiness in a library of books. I know that's where my heart loves to go. There's nothing better than a library. There's nothing better than a bookstore. There's nothing better than, I remember being a kid and just opening my newest Christopher Pike or R.L. Stein book and being like, oh, it was the best feeling ever. So yeah, that's very beautiful. Next card we have is guide, but it's reversed. So yeah, Spirit's trying to guide you on this path. They're trying to give you some knowledge. They're trying to get you to sit down and really learn something about yourself and about this connection and about possibly relationships here and about rejection. Rejection sometimes is protection. We've heard that many times. Rejection is protection. Next card we have is the Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, you're feeling so sad and disappointed. This is the card of rejecting an offer, and being absolutely just like, overflowing with these emotions. And they're definitely coming out, and you're definitely sad, and you're trying to process them. But Spirit's telling you they're with you. They're with you right now, even when you're hurting. They're with you. They're still trying to teach you something about this journey, about this twin flame connection, and about rejection, and about yourself. Next card we have is, the love we have is God's gift to us. What we do with it is our gift to God. Yeah. So what we do with this connection, and how we treat others, and how we work through relationships, and how we cultivate relationships, says a lot about how we feel about ourselves. And it also, it's also our gift to God. So the way that we treat others, it's our gift. It's our gift to whoever we believe in, or whatever we believe in spiritually. It's showing that respect for. Respect back, and saying thank you for this opportunity, even if it sucked, even if it worked out shitty, even if you were with a narcissist and they were abusive. It's still saying that, that there's gifts in those lessons, there's gifts in those relationships. You just have to figure out what they are, and that's where that knowledge comes in. Doing research. Your twin would like to say, I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. Yeah, a little online spying. Yeah, they definitely have been looking you up there. Next card we have is cycles. Yeah, this is just a cycle. Yeah, it's just a sadness, it's depression. It won't last forever. And Spirit's telling you that it's just a cycle. It will come to a close. It will end. And, this rejection, this feeling of rejection, this feeling of sadness will end. It is just a cycle currently. And it was a cycle you were meant to go through. We have clarity. Banish the fog of illusion. Open your eyes to the truth. Remember the perfection of who you are. Yeah, so through the readings that you watch, or through this knowledge, you'll gain some clarity. Through this cycle, you will gain the clarity that I'm talking about here. So, it's opening your eyes to the truth of the situation. It's no longer seeing things the way we want to see them, but also the way they're meant to be seen. And you are perfection. Remember the perfection of who you are. Get back to the things you love, and take care of you, and really cultivate, something to do with, like they're guiding you into taking care of yourself, and to figuring out something about this connection. Oh yeah. Numerology and precision. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right. And we all know what certain numbers mean, so that's what it's telling you just off the bat. I'm going to read from the book, obviously, because I've never pulled that card and it's a new deck. However, it's talking about looking at the patterns of the numbers that you're receiving, that there is a path that there's knowledge in that. So you want to look those up. You want to, if you see 1111, if you see 333, 444, 555, 1212, whatever, those type of energies. If you see a lot of birds, if you see whatever it is consistently, or you're dreaming about things like that, or whenever, you look at the clock, you think of your twin, or whatever, or you think of something, it's trying to express that, then they're trying to communicate with you. The spirit world's trying to communicate with you through numbers, through signs. And you may want to look up your life path number. That is taking your month, day, and year of birth, and bringing them down to one number at the end. They add up to one number, and that's your life path, and looking that up as well. Everything you have worked for hangs in the balance, so it is vital that you go through every detail thoroughly. You cannot afford to make errors at this time. Focus and precision will help achieve the results you desire. If you are serious about eliminating debt, step away from poverty consciousness and negative thinking. If you want to draw more money to you, clean and organize your physical environment so as to make room for it to come. Keep a record of all your expenditures. Draw up a profit and loss sheet to record your income and expenses. Check your bank statements carefully. Research utility and other companies to find the best rates. It's time to take back control. Wow, did not expect that for that card. Interesting. Incantation. My head's no longer in the sand. I'll focus on the task in hand and check each detail of my debt so nothing will slip through the net. Other divinatory meanings. Your accuracy wins you a sought-after position. Number sequences confirm a message. An important event coincides with an auspicious date. Keep visualizing a preferred balance on your bank statement. Okay, so that's beautiful here. So a lot of you, that's what this knowledge in this book is requiring you to do. It's stating to make a budget. It's stating to look over your finances. It's stating to compare different companies. Try to minimize debt as much as possible. It's getting a big bag together of stuff that you can donate to make room for the more money. And it's being conscious of the way that we think about money, not in the negative, but in the positive, and changing that so that you can bring in more abundance. That's beautiful. You and Capricorn, you both are mirroring each other in that way. You both are trying to do the same thing in that way, in a little bit different ways in this one. But yeah, that's beautiful. Next card we have is Muse. So there's something that you want to creatively, you may want to create, and this is beautiful. A lot of you, this is a painting exactly like this. It's painting the night sky. It's painting the stars. It's looking up at the stars. It's getting some type of signs from the universe as well that are pushing you in this specific direction. And also whatever job that this numerology card was talking about, whatever position that you receive, be the student, be the one that you're learning from this person. And their knowledge is going to be so relevant to your life path and to what you want to do in your career that you'll be looking up to them because they will be your muse. So that's beautiful. It's also for some of you that your twin becomes your muse, that in this rejection, you take it and you make it into something beautiful. And instead of being, sad and depressed over it all the time, it's like turning that pain into something creative, into something massively beautiful in the 3D. We have very blue cards here. So for some of you, blue is very relevant, and you could be feeling blue. You could be feeling depressed. You could be feeling sad for those of you on this side, on the twin side. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords, and it's like, take action over this. You have to take some type of action. They're wanting you to go for something. Go for this job. Go for this dream. Turn this rejection or whatnot around and make it into something different. And you have the ability to take action on that. It only takes a second to say, I love you, but it takes a lifetime to show how much. Beautiful. Twin flame message your twin has for you. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. Oh, yes. So we felt that over here. That, on your side, Capricorn, we felt like there was some things that maybe your twin had done or said that were absolutely just, maybe destroyed this connection, or maybe just put it to the point where you were just no longer willing to take a risk on this connection, that you were just like rejecting them. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so they're finally feeling the consequences of something that they've done. And it looks like they're trying to get some clarity on it. And, Spirit's trying to guide them along this path now and give them some knowledge about it. So yeah, definitely. Interesting. Yep. What'd I say? Sadness. Very much so. Yeah, your twin is stuck in some cycle of sadness, stuck in a cycle of depression. It's cyclical depression as well, is what I'm seeing here too, as well, especially with winter being the way it is in the United States. For some of you, it's that, or living in a very rainy climate like Oregon. It's SAD, S-A-D. That's an actual disorder, or it's in the DSM that way. So it is a seasonal affective disorder. So for some of you, you may just be experiencing that. For others of you, it is sadness because you've experienced this rejection. You've experienced this ending here with your twin, or this break in the connection. Oh, but we have reconciliation. Interesting. So maybe your twin wants to reconcile with you. Remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. For some of you, your twin is a mother figure, and that's very prominent here with this woman with the butterfly. So if they've transformed themselves in some way, they are looking to reconcile possibly. They're looking to reach out and rekindle this relationship. And maybe they're afraid of rejection as well, or being rejected because of before, but they do want a reconciliation, and they are sad about this. And so they are possibly going to reach out again and try and reconcile. All right. We have I Ching, which is change. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. It may be difficult to embrace new beginnings, but it is the only way to move forward. You're being urged to turn things around, shake them up a little. Change is the key to bringing about new opportunities. But resisting change will block those opportunities and might create hurdles that hinder the flow. You may have to change yourself to make room for the new to enter. But as you do, you will find long dormant wisdom and knowledge emerging, creating one of the deepest transformations of all. What did I just say? Transformation, butterfly. You may also see the need to address those who could hold you back or bring you down. You can do this in a kind and loving way, but be assertive as you set your boundaries. Okay, for some of you, it is rejecting things that no longer serve you. It's rejecting this temptation, this deceit, the lower vibrational energies, and maybe rejecting the connection as well. For your twin, it still makes you sad either way. Others of you, it is telling you to let this connection go because something new is coming for you. And that this reconciliation and this hope for that is not where they want you to be right now. They want you to be in a space of learning, of working on yourself, and of creating something at this time. So creating something out of this sadness, out of this change, and that you're resisting the change is what I'm hearing on this side. For a lot of you, you're resisting the change, and they're trying to get you to, they're trying to guide you to it, and you're resisting. Incantation. It seems that changes have unfurled. Sorry, my coffee maker. As I embrace a whole new world, I sweep away the old within, so my future can come in. The situation you are inquiring about will bring great change for the better. Time to change your ways. A deep and ancient knowledge is surfacing and changing the way you view yourself and the world. Allow someone else to change. Okay. All right. So it may be that you might want to look up the I Ching and figure out what that has to do with. I know it dates back to China, BC of some sort, and that's kind of what it was saying in here. But I know something about it. It also talks about like a lot of on your twin side, on Capricorn's main energy side, ruins and lots and throwing them, and it's almost like it's getting that knowledge about numerology and about those same things. You're going to come across those same things that your twin is actually awakened to. Like your twin being the Capricorn side. For others of you, it's telling you that this change that your twin is going through, if they want a reconciliation with you, they have to change their behavior. They have to change something about what they have done. Or who they want to become. They have to change to become that. They have to metamorphosize. Oh yes, mirroring. I said that. You guys are mirroring each other in a lot of different ways. Yeah. And so what your twin is doing, you're doing, etc. And then maybe in different ways, but it's also that energy between the two of you. It's like this very mirrored energy on some of these cards here, back and forth. Next card is Nine of Swords reversed. Beautiful. So Spirit is telling you, if you make these changes, if you let go of all of the things that have hurt you, all this pain, all this sadness, and she could, in the traditional tarot, can undo her blindfold and walk right out of these swords. Literally, she's still got the power to do so. Like, she's bound herself. So it's like realizing that, you can't hang on to this forever, and that the changes were necessary, and then letting all these swords fall out of you one by one by one. And until you're no longer, and you won't see these swords any longer, and they're not surrounding you anymore, and they're not trapping you anymore. And your mind too, it's letting go of the fears and the stress and the anxiety, and where your mind has trapped you is like getting out of your head as well. Next card we have is once you see into someone's soul, you're connected forever. Yeah, so you and your twin are always going to be connected. You're always going to have the connection. You can cultivate it or not. That's your choice. You're not tied to them, you know, as far as having to choose them for a partner or they're the only one. There are other relationships out there, and but once you've seen into someone's soul, you know, you guys are connected. So even though this connection may be no longer being cultivated or has been rejected, or it's just the burden's too much and it's been dropped, doesn't mean that it couldn't be picked up at some point, or that it couldn't become healthy, or that it can't be cultivated, or that it just can't be respected. There may not be any work being done, and that's okay. You know, we can choose to do that. That's our free will, but it is still there. You can't remove your soul from them. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't work like that. Twin flame message. Maybe we're just too different. Yeah, you may be figuring out some things about who you are that you know, your twin may just be like, man, maybe we're just too different. Maybe this connection just doesn't work because, you know, but you are meant to learn something from each other. What's different about your twin, they may be making you feel something about your connection or something about yourself, and you're like, well, that's not me, that's them. But really, honestly, you're the same soul. So it is something about you as well. It's like whatever they project to you, it is still something that you have to address, whether you like it or not. I don't like that my twin and I projected to each other some things onto each other about who we were, and I think that's probably one of the reasons that we ever had any issues, was really about, you know, not doing the work and not looking at ourselves and going, oh, well, maybe that person has a point, or maybe there's some self-reflection I have to do to kind of, you know, work that out within myself so that I can be a better person, so that I can do right by this connection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I did. I thought it was super interesting. It's one of the most interesting readings I've done so far in January, so it's awesome. Yay. So if I don't see you before then, which I probably won't unless you're watching other videos, thank you so much for everything. Happy birthday again, and I will see you for your February videos. Take care. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I just ended the video and completely spaced it, but I wanted to do some clarification for you on this side, so I apologize, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I get going and going and going, and then I'm, you know, completely miss stuff as I'm doing it. I'm just in my head and connected to spirit and etc. So, all right, sorry about that. Let's do some clarifying here. We're going to clarify the Four of Cups reversed first. That rhymed. See what we get here. Get some shuffling going. Okay. All right. So, Four of Cups reversed. This was the sadness, loss, disappointment. I'm feeling like a lot of sadness in this card, and we had sadness over there. All right. Why is the Four of Cups reversed? And not seeing the divine gift in this as well, in this change. Too many. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take in this like a huge book here, guys. Whew. Good griefs. Okay, guys. Okay, Spirit. One or two, please. All right. One or two cards. All right. Well, we got one. Okay. Not listening to your intuition. Your higher self is trying to get you out of this sadness, loss, and disappointment. And there's a lesson here. And the High Priestess is like, you weren't listening to your intuition about something. And, you know, now, unfortunately, there's this loss or sadness, rejection, disappointment. It's almost like they want you to go within. She wants you to go within. Yeah, definitely not listening to your intuition, not following the messages that Spirit's given you as well, possibly, or thinking you were following them and it turns out that it wasn't actually the right path. And that's happened to all of us. It's discernment, you know, it's trying to figure out what is real and what isn't, and sometimes that's really hard in this connection. But yeah, it's definitely an illusory, like the High Priestess is not messing around. She's like, you know better. You know better. All right, why is the Knight of Swords here? Ace of Cups. Okay. So you want to take action towards like some type of new love, or like this Ace of Cups, like this rekindling, a reconciliation type of love. I don't always see it that way but you have reconciliation in your reading. So what it is it's like you want to take action on this love. You have so much love to offer and to give. And so, but I think if you do, it's very possible you could be rejected. So keep that in mind. It could also be a new love offer that's coming in for some of you. It's also pregnancy. It's also marriage. It's also, it's definitely, I see Piscean energy here too as well. So there's these fish in these cards that kind of been showing me. So it could be a Pisces as well. And we have the High Priestess, which I always attribute to Pisces. I don't care what any other reader says. That is a Piscean card for me. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Why is the Nine of Swords here? Okay. Oh, gosh, we have lots of cards here. Oh my. Okay. Let's see, too many. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to take them. I just want more of a cohesive answer. Can we get why the... Yes, okay, Knight of Cups. Okay. Okay, so you want to take some action towards love. But they're telling you not to take action on love right now. They're telling you that in order to release yourself from this stress, so we have the Knight of Cups reversed, or that you may be rejected, the offer may be rejected, Nine of Swords. So I'm sorry, guys. I know this is heavy energy. I know it's not always fun to hear. Again, this is maybe for someone, may not be for everybody, but it's that feeling of, you're not able to offer anything currently yet because you're still healing. You're still trying to let all of these swords come out. You're still trying to get over this anxiety, the stress, nightmare, these fears. And you have a fear surrounding this rejection of your love as well for some of you. But a lot of you, it's just like you've been rejected and it's like, nah, I'm not. You want to take some action on love. You want to go forward on, and go towards this. But Spirit is telling you, I don't think so. I don't think so. Really seeing that there's some work to be done here. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to forget about the clarification at the end. So I will see you for your February videos.